Okay, finally getting a chance to sit down and film. It's been a little while for me in real time, but I have a full bag of makeup that I couponed from CVS that we're going to get through today here. I am going to go ahead, lotion with my It Confidence in a Cream. Whew, you know, it's only 5:30 in the evening that I'm filming this, but oh well. We just spent a really good afternoon at our campground and let the boys, they got to fly their little kites for a little while. We just spent some time together because Daddy got home early from work. We didn't even think he'd be home today. And now they're outside. They're going to give Mommy 1 hour to try to get this video filmed. So let's get into it. Do I have brow? No. So I'm going to throw on a brow and then we actually will get into the good stuff. Okay, just threw in some LA Colors brow pencil and a little bit of the NYX glue. I know it's not its intended purpose, but I use it to like hold back my flyaways. I'll just put a little bit of that through there and boy, it does a good job. Okay, we've got Flower Beauty, Revlon, LA Girl, Elf, LA Colors, some new brand from the dollar store. We've got tons of stuff to try here. So, let me think. All right, let's start with eyeshadow. So, I'm going to put on a little bit of Profusion. I'm so sorry about my voice. This is the best I can do right now. I'm currently on a steroid, so bear with me, friends. A little bit of the Profusion. And I do have a new sponge. We're trying out the LA Girl Pro Sponge. And I do have a picture here of what it looked like before I got it wet and what it looked like after I got it wet. It did bulk up quite a bit. It feels nice. It's got like a slow bounce back, if that makes sense. Okay, so at CVS, Flower Beauty had buy two, get one free. So I have picked up a couple products. This is a palette that if it works well, the colors are straight up my alley. This beautiful gold. This honestly looks like the grown-up elevated version of the palette I used to use all the time from CoverGirl when I was in high school. It's like these same shades. So the only downfall is I wish that this shade, one of these two, was a matte because there's only 2 mattes in the whole palette. The rest are shimmers. So that's not the best. So it does come with a brush. I don't feel like this is a crease brush. It's a little too small, but I do think we could work in the outer corner with this. So let's go in with a little bit of a larger brush. That's my concealer brush. Here we go. This one is from Essence. So I'm going to tap into this shade right here. So I play my TikTok, obviously, you know, when I'm sitting down or whatever. Well, we was at the park and all of a sudden I started singing that Meghan Trainor song. I am your mother, you listen to me. And my son comes up. You're just a bum, 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 bum. I started laughing. I was like, where'd you hear that? He's like, your phone. So then when we was in the car on the ride home, he's just like me. He doesn't even realize that he's singing, but I heard him singing it in the back seat. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, it is catchy though, so I can't blame him. And on the lid, I think I'm going to go in with, I think this shade right here. I wonder how that's going to apply with nothing underneath. Here's what it looks like just swatched. Wow. Whoa, okay. It is having a little bit of a hard time coming off my finger. So let's try it on a flat brush. I'm going to wet it and we'll try that. Let's do that on the other eye. Honestly, they look pretty much the same. Let's try my finger. Wet it on my finger. No. Okay, so you're going to get what you're going to get. It's really not going to build up a whole lot. Wet or dry, it's just kind of going to do its thing. So now, let's go into the dark brown down here. That's the other matte. Let's see what we can build up in the crease. Or in the outer corner. And this is the brush from the palette. Honestly, that's blending out really nice. I think I'm going to take some of this lightest shade. Let's see what it does up here. Kind of like on this inner part to brighten that up a little bit. So then we've got like some dimension going on. Okay, both eyes done. Is this a good palette? Yes, I actually really like this. They're super blendable. Lots of variety as far as the shimmer shades. I think what would have took this to, well, is that a shimmer? Okay, that might be it. I'm not sure if this, that kind of looks like a matte. Like it had some shimmer overlay on the top. So there might be 3 mattes in this. I'm undecided about this one. This is a good palette. What would have made this a great palette would have been to have like one of these shades be matte. Maybe this shade right here. And then keep these 2 matte. And then maybe like this matte or one, like it needed a couple more mattes in the variety of these brown, lighter gold shades. And then it would have been a great palette. But is it good? Absolutely. I like it. I will definitely be using it again. So I do not have concealer, or excuse me, I don't have mascara. So let me put that on and then we'll come back because we do have concealer and a corrector to try. So I did a little bit of eyeliner. I just felt like doing eyeliner. And of course my mascara, I'm telling you guys, under $5. It's good. It's good. The Relove by Revolution Long Lash Lengthening Mascara from Walmart. Wear it every single day. Okay, so let's put on a little bit of this. This is the Flower Beauty Afterglow Luminous Serum. So we're going to try this on one side of the face because I want to be able to like test out this foundation. So we'll make this our afterglow side. Oh, if nothing else, that's highly aesthetic. Oh, look at that. It smells good. What does that smell like? I am not sure, but I like it. Oh, here's what it looks like. Oh, that kind of looks like glass skin from, hold on, pause. Remember the glass liquid skin illuminating primer from Revolution that I like to use under something? Let's see if I can get it all mixed up. That's kind of what this is giving me. Hold on. Let that dry for a second and we'll see. Okay, so here's the glass skin. I would say the glass skin stays a little bit more wet, but golly, that's pretty darn close. I would say that that's probably dupes, just about. This afterglow and the glass skin from Revolution. So anywho's, we'll do that on that side. Then this side, we're going to test out the new e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector in green. Clearly, I have some redness. So we're just going to do this. You know what? We'll do this on my chin because my chin is extremely red. And then we'll leave this side of my face blank to really test the foundation. So here's what it looks like. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why I thought this would be bigger. We're just going to put a little bit on my chin. Oh, don't get messy now. ASMR. And we'll use our sponge. See how this does. Oh, shucks. Y'all seen that, right? I understand color theory. Green cancels out red, but still. Wow. And that doesn't look drying at all. I'm going to put a little bit right here. Let's see what it does. See how I got like that little bit of red under my nose? Snap. That really is doing a good job. Okay, so we have the afterglow here. We have the camo here, and then this side we're going to leave blank. But before we do that, let's go with concealer. Now, this is not a new concealer, but it's one that I wanted to bring back to your attention because I had to get rid of my old one because I'd had it for so long. The LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer. Really, really good product. This is in the shade Fairest. So we're going to do my little trick that I've been doing since I seen it on TikTok. We're going to get a little bit of the product. Really pop it right where I need it. And start working that in. Now, like I said, this is not a new concealer. I've had this concealer in my collection before. But like I said, I've had it so long, it was time to get rid of the other one. But then when I seen this on sale, I was like, oh, I'll pick another one up. And what's funny was there actually wasn't one in the display. But I just so happened to turn the corner and I was looking at the NYX display. And someone had sat this one down in the NYX area. So I snatched it up because I was like, hey, there's my shade. Like, look how nice and bright that is. I think this was the first, or this might be the second. I think the first one was the concealer I found from ColourPop. And then this was the next concealer at the drugstore that I found that was bright enough for me. What's left on my brush? Just kind of brighten this area up. Look at that, though. And that looks so nice. I'm telling you, this method right here, I'll never go back. This is the way to do concealer. Is everybody on water talk right now? Because I am. Got my 40 ounce. I've got cherry Starburst with a squirt of coconut syrup. Sugar-free coconut. And it's delicious. Look how red my nose is. What is this? Uh-oh, she's addicted. I'm addicted to you. Much better. Okay. Now let's get into the foundation. I found it. The only problem is I got this shade, and I'll show you right here. It's definitely too dark for me. That's going to be an issue. But this was the only one they had at the CVS I walked in, but then the next CVS I went to had 105. So we're going to make it work. We have the, I should tell you what it is. The Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. 5% squalene hyaluronic acid. It says makeup and skincare in one. Medium coverage, natural finish, reduces the appearance of wrinkles over time. Deeply hydrates the skin. We're going to take a little bit. It's going to be too dark. Just work with me here. Now remember, this is the side with nothing but lotion. And now I'm going to pat over it with LA Girl sponge, and we will take a look. Oh, it's kind of like picking it back up. It's not wanting to cover the redness on my cheek. Okay, I'm going to try to put down just a little bit more right there. See if we can cover that up. Maybe if we just go straight in with the sponge. It actually does look luminous. It's not really building. It's just like sitting on top of itself. So, yeah, don't know how I feel about that. Now let's go in on the other side. Now this has the afterglow. I think the biggest issue that I have, which I'm totally guilty of it, 100%, with makeup on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, is that everybody goes in so heavily, you're not really getting an accurate picture of the product. Like, number one example, this whole Maybelline thing, which I did do a video on it, so go check it out. Everybody's going so heavy off, like just straight out the gate, that you can't get an accurate representation of what the product's going to do, because nobody, I won't say nobody, the majority of people are not going to go in with that heavy of an application like in everyday real life. You know what I mean? Okay, let's paint down my neck a little bit. Okay, so let's see if there's any difference between this side and the afterglow side. Both sides are luminous. I will say, like, I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of catch it. I would say this side has a touch more glow. Like, nothing extreme. Like, I don't think if you were to come up to me, you would be like, oh, one side of your face looks different than the other. Like, I don't think it's that noticeable. But just me sitting here looking at my face, I can see just the slightest touch of extra luminosity on this side. And then as far as my chin goes, my chin looks great. That concealer, or the corrector, wonderful. Like, I have, woo, there went my fan. I have no issues with this. So, we'll see how this foundation does. Again, I maybe used one pump for the entirety of my face. So, just keep that in mind when you're, like, watching stuff. See how much product they're using. And then that, you know, you may want to weigh that in on your decision. So anyways, I have two blushes here. The first one, super impressed with this, okay? This is from LA Colors, and I actually found this at the $1.25 store. Okay, I will tell you right now, I picked this one up, the LA Colors Blush Up Cheek and Lip Cream from Dollar General. This one is a cream gel blush. I prefer the formula of this one. Just throwing it out there. So if you see them and you're like, ooh, which one should I try? I prefer this one. This reminds me of the Maybelline ones that got released, but those ones didn't do very well, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the shade Tainted Love. And baby, it is pink. Okay. I was thinking this could be like that pink blush everybody's going on about from Dior. So let's see how this does on top of this foundation. I will say I think my sponge is kind of eating it up here. Okay, let me try with my Jelly Pop stippling brush. Wow, that is much more pigmented in person than it looks on my camera. That is beautiful. That's a really pretty blush. Let's put a little bit on this side. Darn it, my husband is mowing. I wanted to mow, but I did tell him I wanted to film a video, so. Holy cow, that is pink. Really, really pretty though. Like I said, let me see if I can swatch them. So here's Tainted Love, and then this is the Blush Up Cheek and Lip color. Totally different color, but this is Nude Glow. Oh, you know, those might be pretty close. Closer than I thought. I just really like the color of this Tainted Love one. I like the glow that's giving me too. Wow, that glow is unreal. Guys, that was $1.25, and that is good. That is good blush. And now I can't sing, can't stop singing. Tainted love, tainted love. Okay, then, I'm sorry, my ears just started bothering me really bad. For contour bronzer, I wanted to try some of that concealer from LA Colors. I got the shade Fawn. I think it's going to be a little too warm for me, but we're going to try to make it work. If I can even get it to come out. Yeah, it's definitely a little too orange. I should have tried. It's really hard to pick a shade when you're like in the store looking at stuff with the lights. It's just a do the best you can type deal. Oh, that is not my shade at all. Ooh, no, 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 no. So if you're pale like me, Fawn may not be the best color choice if you want to use this as a bronzer contour product. Okay, okay. I think we can make it work. We can make this work. The color is wrong. The color is wrong. And that's okay. The color is wrong. That is not my color. It is too orange. It's too warm. But if you could see, like, the blendability, that blended very, very well onto my skin. So, formula, yes. Shade, not so much. Another product I want to try is from Revlon, the Colorstay Suede Ink. I'm dropping everything. My eye is watering into oblivion, but I'm going to persevere. Okay, this is the shade Hot Girl. Didn't even know what the shade was. Oh, okay. Here's what it looks like. That's very dry. I guess I could show you. I don't know why I thought it was like a twisty thing. Oh, that is dry. Is that what suede's supposed to feel like? Bro, that is dry as the Sahara Desert. That's giving me a very, very blurred effect. Almost like, okay, if you've watched my channel, my beloved ColourPop Luxe Velvet Lips, they give you that very blurred effect once they're blended on and kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's what that's giving me. These Revlon Colorstay Suede Inks have that same blurring effect as the ColourPop Luxe Velvets. Good stuff, but boy, it's dry. I wonder if that's going to transfer. Hold on. Not very much transfer at all, so this might be a good long wear product, but it's dry, boy. Dry. That was in the shade Hot Girl. That was nice. A lot of really good colors in this too. I don't know why I didn't realize this was like a stick. Okay, and then we're going to spray some of the Flower Beauty Still the Day Luminizing Setting Spray. So we're going to try it on this side of our face. I don't know if any of that got on my face or not. Very light mister. I don't really see anything happening. Maybe if I shake it up. Shake it up. Wow. That mister is so light. I'm going to fix my bronzer, put a little powder on, and I'll be back. Okay, I used my coolest tone. Look at my hair. Don't look at my hair. I used my coolest tone bronzer that I could find to try to, the ColourPop Coconut Beach. It helped a little bit. I also went in with a little bit of e.l.f. Halo Glow and kind of like cut this and kind of dialed it down. But real quick, before I set my face, I wanted to show you right here where I tried to build up the foundation. It's kind of already breaking apart. The blush does not look very good right there at all. So now that I showed you that, I'm going to take a little bit of powder. Hope this works some magic. Voila. Okay, now I'll be right back. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is set the blush with a powder blush. This is from the brand Ioni Cosmetics. Again, $1.25 store. Totally trying to be like a benefit type dupe. This is the blush Glam Rose, and it's in the shade Sophie. So we're just going to use a little bit of this to set. I did do a little haul of these on my TikTok if you're interested. That was too much. Anywho's, here's what it looks like swatch. So, I mean, she's pigmented. $1.25. These blushes, they're kind of the highlight of the show here. So anyways, let me wrap up my thoughts. Eyeshadow, good. Could have been great with a few more matte shades. Afterglow, I'd skip it. Not really worth it. Blushes, stars of the show, $1.25. Both of these. I would get more shades of this. I would get more shades of this to try. Perfect. Great formula, wrong shade for me as far as contouring. Wonderful though as concealer under the eyes. Blends very well, very brightening, excellent, good price. Wow. Did very well, does not cling on to the dryness. Impressed. Very nice. I've only had luck with one other green corrector. It was old school L'Oreal one. Like a full green. Like I used the one from Stila, the kitten. But I've never had as much luck as I did with the L'Oreal just straight pure green. This did really well. Sponge is good. Not my favorite. The sound kind of is tripping me out. The lip, very nice. Not going to transfer once it's on. But boy, it's dry. So just be ready for that. The spray, didn't really notice. It says luminous and I shook it up. But definitely the more luminous spray was that one from Catrice. I don't know if they still sell it or not. So if you really want that illuminating, or even the one from Milani, I'd say it would be like Catrice, Milani, this one. I didn't really notice that much illuminating property, to tell you the truth. Like the illuminating stuff kind of comes out in little droplets and doesn't really disperse. Foundation. Honestly, I don't have anything to say about it just yet. Like I said, it is already 6 o'clock, so I'm not going to be able to give you a full day wear on this, but I can come back and check in like around 9 and at least give you a little bit of an idea of how it's wore throughout the day. And the shade, I think it's okay because I went in with a light layer. So those are my thoughts, and I will come back to you at the end of the day, and we will check how our small window of wear has with the Revlon Illuminance foundation. All right, it is 8:47. Let's check in. Okay, my nose looks really bad, but I'm going to say that was the highlighter I put on. I think it did break apart my foundation. My chin kind of did dry out a little bit. So my chin did dry out a little bit. Yes. I put the corrector on my nose and my chin. And now they're both kind of dry and broken apart. So I'll definitely test it again on my cheeks, because if the same thing happens, then we for sure know that the corrector did it. As far as the foundation, it honestly looks fine. I definitely can still tell where right here tried to kind of break apart on us earlier. The eyeshadow is still kicking. Now, I do give that part of that to having a good eye primer. Like, look how nice that still looks. I mean, it looks very, very fresh. Lipstick is gone, but I did eat. Blush is still very much popping. So is the contour, the LA Girl contour. Honestly, if I could figure out what shade I was, that would be a really good, cheap liquid contour product to just use that concealer and find it in your shade of contour or bronzer, whichever one you're looking for, because the formula really did a nice job. It's just that color fawn is not the right color for me. So overall, I'm actually really impressed with the eyeshadow, that it still looks this nice. Blush was great. I still like the lipstick, even though it came off. Again, the foundation, I honestly don't notice a difference on either side, having used the Flower Beauty Afterglow stuff. I don't really think it did a whole lot, and I don't notice a whole lot coming from the spray either. But as far as the foundation, I mean, it just looks like it wore off a lot in this area, considering I only wore it for maybe 3 hours. So while it looks nice, it may not be the best long-wearing foundation I've ever tried. Is it bad? No. Is it going to last you throughout the day? I'm not so sure. So anyways, those are my thoughts on these products. Let me know down below what you think. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.